The 3 biggest challenges as a new HVAC owner. So if you just bought an HVAC business specifically, I mean, plumbing and residential electric probably have similar issues, but I can only speak for HVAC acquisitions. The first big challenge that you're going to have to deal with is business model. So if you want to grow an HVAC business from a smaller one, 1 million to 2 million, maybe even 3 million to that 5 million plus, you can't do so, in my opinion, on a tech sales model. So the challenge in early HVAC ownership is one, hiring a good salesperson. How do you hire a good salesperson who can generate $2 million, $3 million a year in just sales revenue, but also training and making enough SOPs and having the team understand and building the systems around the creation of the tech generated lead or tech flip. And so that is a very hard process. One, because techs don't necessarily like it, right? So you have a technician, he makes $30 an hour, but he's also getting sales commission, 5, 8, 7%, whatever the percentage, if he can flip that unit to himself and make the sale. You have a bad compressor, sir, we need a new unit. Then he tells boss, okay, I sold him, here's the price, blah, 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 blah. Well, he gets 5% of that, 5% of 10,000, so he walks away with $500. Sweet, easy money. It's a lot harder to convince that person that he's gonna make more money, or she is gonna make more money, if they actually flip it to a salesperson to handle that, and then they just get the flip. So that was a very, very big challenge early on, was getting the model correct, because that's going to be one of the keys that allows you to scale. If you don't have the correct model, you will be able to grow, but not necessarily scale in the long run. The second big challenge what you're going to have is what I call the labor issue. I mean, everyone calls it the labor issue. So that's not a Jack speciality. It's just called a labor issue. And that's what you have in the trades, is you have freaking labor issues. Is guess what? You have Hoffman Brothers offering $59 an hour and full benefits and back rubs by the owner himself at night. I don't know. There's just so much competition for that small pool of labor that it's very difficult as a sub $3 million company to attract that labor. So how do you do it? And how do you create a business that attracts and retains really good talent that one is treating your customers well, but also generating enough revenue to be able to hire more and get more and have more. And so that is a very difficult thing to overcome. I've interviewed tons and tons of people, and to be honest, they just don't want to work for me because I don't have benefits, or I didn't have benefits. We do now, we're moving into it. We didn't have benefits. We were working out of a storage unit, so it was cheap and economical. It was a very smart thing to do. However, that being said, from an outside perspective, it looks kind of like a chuck in the truck operation versus, hey, this guy's got a building. They got TVs on the wall with metrics, and they're driving revenue, and they'll have enough work for me no matter what, because they have money to put towards marketing. Because Jack, he's working out of a storage unit. So we've had to overcome a lot of those things, and doing so by really driving down vision and producing on my end. We had to grow 88% in the last year to kind of really show team like, hey, we are moving in the right direction. You will get these things, and there will be rewards for being the early on. And so I actually took 5% of my company aside and said, hey, here's the vision. Here's what we're going to do in 5 to 8 years. And all my first starters who have been here from the beginning, they get part of that pool. And so that's just something that I've done. One, because I understand the shit show they have to go through dealing with my SOP creations and changing of models and whatever. But long story short, labor pool, difficult.